What if evil was actually not a supernatural force, but actually something that we could measure, something human, something simple, something that we deal with every day? Maybe then we could actually do something about it. So I'm gonna talk about a true story. I was watching a home video of what I thought was a birthday party. Hats, candles, singing, dancing, mothers, daughters, and there's a birthday girl. It actually wasn't a birthday. It was actually the celebration the night before this woman killed herself in a suicide bombing. Strapped on a bomb in the morning, went out, blew herself up, killed 10 people. You sit back and you think, why? How could they be celebrating this? Was this the devil? And I truly believe that it is actually opposite things. It is things like she thought she was going to heaven. She thought that everybody in the room was going to heaven. She believed that her mother was going to be the celebrated matriarch in the town. She believed that she was going to be getting those people over there who she doesn't know, and for killing her brother or her father. And so these issues of the magic force of evil, I truly believe are much more mundane, much more simple, and much more causal issues. So today I'd like to break down evil, break down the notion of supernatural forces, and talk about the simple and the human reasons behind these things. And I'm going to start with constructing a human from a monkey. So I am a monkey, a selfish monkey, and so I'm an unevolved primal self with my brain stem and reactions and emotional overload and lack of control. But I'm also a human, so I can add on a supercomputer brain. Fact-starved, because we really are living off of half-truths and misinformation. So we're making a lot of conclusions with the supercomputer brain that needs to have all answers to things. And then we have an endless loop recording that says that I am cool, I am the man, I am important. This need for significance is fundamental to the human condition. These three things in combination, though, create quite a problem for us to overcome evil, especially when they result in the biases, super thick glasses with the biased values, the self-deception, the lack of ability to understand that I am actually tremendously imperfect with all kinds of flaws. So, but that looks just like me, or rather that does. But I love, Stephen Hawking captured me perfectly when he said I'm an advanced breed of monkey on a minor planet of a very average star. Or Max Weber when he said Brian is an animal suspended in webs of significance he creates. And then I realized that I'm really not that different from these other people. So Dr. Evil and Osama and the rest were actually, if I could actually figure out all the similarities between us instead of concentrating on the differences, I might be able to help her and not him at the end there. So the idea is to come up with an equation for evil. There's two parts. We're going to talk about this one first and then this one. This is the important one. We're going to try to show impact of evil is dependent on these neutral magnifiers, things like power, wealth, time, chance. Chance is a very big one if you've read the book Outliers. Charisma, effort, and self-importance. My desire to be self-important, divided by legal and other restrictions, rule of law, enforcement, and so on. But these will magnify good or evil, right? On the evil side, here's my monkey. I can't really do a lot about that. I'm kind of pre-programmed with these selfishness and self-preservation issues. But I can dilute it by focusing on my self-awareness, understanding my imperfections, and then seeing those imperfections in other people. And I'm going to talk about all three of these things. That was the denominator, this is the numerator. I hope you can read any of that. Anyway, I have a need to mythologize. I've got a need to demonize so that I can feel good about myself. I've got a need to be triumphant and win over other people. I've got cognitive dissonance, attachment disorder. So on the denominator side, the thing that overcomes this is true introspection and then embracing my imperfections, seeing the biases in my values. Also, the disconnect between happiness and pleasure and recognizing a need to give to get. And if I can actually understand myself and start to embrace the imperfection of myself, I can see that I'm actually like everybody else. And then I can also start to realize that I need those other people because I'm a monkey. And then I realize that if I focus on these two things, I don't need to worry about my monkey. I don't need to worry about these other things. If I have wealth and power, when I push the button, bigger things will happen than smaller things. But I need to focus on self-awareness, connection with others, and seeing myself in those other people. This is a pictorial representation of myself, looking at myself in a mirror, and then I'm finally recognizing my connection with other people, welcoming them, and that is the monkey that I'm trying to overcome. And so I thank you. By the way, sometimes it's just fun to be a monkey, so.